Alright, we would want to stay focused on the possibility. This is of course just a 1 hour chart. We take it to 4 hours. The possibility that this is going to extend to the upper boundary of that ending diagonal that we see on the weekly, and that upper boundary of that ending diagonal is, we have it highlighted down, is at actually 163 and even slightly higher, 163.6 and 163.7. Okay, so what is going to take us to that ending diagonal is really on that 1 hour chart, this growth wave. This we don't need to think about anything else. We just need to focus on this now, that there has been an inverted head, and very strong inverted head below the lower boundary of that ending diagonal. Now we're definitely having strong positive momentum internally on the 1 hour and on the 4 hours and even on the day. So if that wave 3 extends, all right, we no longer need this. Already it shows us that we are going to 162.64 and 163. We need to focus on this rise. There is an internal 1 and an internal 2 here. There's an internal 3. This maybe, there maybe not, will be an internal 4, probably not, but just in case there is, we would be doing traditional technical analysis by buying 61.8%. You're looking of course at this 1-2 here. That 1-2 actually leads all the way up here, probably, or just that 1-2 here. That neckline of course, now assuming it is a neckline, moves a bit up here. Stop is always now below level 1. Entry, this is a swing entry. Now remember the strategy we use with this type of trades. If you're not already long, that is, you always want to buy 78.6% upfront into the market, 160 as close to the market as possible, and 38.2%. Okay, so there are now 3 scenarios that we would want to implement that we think are actually happening, and we would be in any one of these 3 classes. Okay, so we all understand now what is a cycle 3. We should be doing this even without having to discuss it, probably, if you think it is prudent. This is a cycle 3 once it has positive momentum plots on the 1 hour and 4 hours. This is having positive momentum plots on the 1 hour, on the 4 hours, on the 15 minutes, on the day, and on the week. So it is probably a cycle 2nd, not even a cycle 3. With a cycle 3 every day for short-term traders, you want to buy the pivot level. We are no longer now towards the pivot level. We are actually at R5, which shows you that this is really the end top out of an Elliott structure. It is labeled 5 for a reason, R5. So this is really end of that Elliott structure altogether. Tomorrow, early Asian time, you would really automatically just want to buy the daily pivot, the pivot level on the 15-minute chart. So this was a pivot level on the 15-minute chart here today. We would just have not even been able to buy it. But of course, if you see the market going up to R1, you would have considered that the pivot is not going to be tested in the first place. This is the daily pivot today at P1. This is what we get to see tomorrow. We wait until tomorrow, that pivot level, we just buy it. And we take profit at R1 or 50% between R1 and R2 and recur all the way until we get to 163. We would want to take profits and not hold until 153 unless you were a position trader. Tomorrow the pivot level is usually going to be R3. You are at R5, you do a correction, cyclic correction, 5-wave Elliott structure, even internal, will take out one cycle level, will take out one resistance level, R4. So we are at R5 rejecting, we go to R3. You're probably going to get an entry at 158.84. So these entries that we're looking at 159.55, we can take them down to 158.84. This is for swing traders, and do that trade tomorrow. Right, again, swing traders, remember our projections were from the market top all the way down to level 2, so 155.84 is 50%. We buy 50%, swing traders, we buy 23.6% maybe, or 38.2%, 158.6, 158 maybe 0.3, midway between 38.2 and 23.6. You can see we have a top out and an ending diagonal, but now we know how to act. It doesn't really matter the fib projections, it doesn't really matter in the pattern structure. Seriously, the most